Hello, 6th graders. Welcome to Big Ideas Math, Section 7.6, Solving Inequalities Using Addition or Subtraction Activity. Pause while you write Section 7.6 activity in your math notebook. Pause again while you write today's activity objective in your math notebook. Today's objective is understand how to use addition or subtraction to solve inequalities. Copy the following key ideas exactly as they appear into your notebook. Addition property of inequality. When you add the same number to each side of an inequality, the inequality remains true. Be sure to copy that and the numbers, algebra, and graph into your math notebook. Subtraction property of inequality. When you subtract the same number from each side of an inequality, the inequality remains true. Be sure to copy those words and the numbers and the algebra and the graph into your math notebook. Also copy these properties are also true for less than or equal to and greater than or equal to into your math notebook. This study tip is very important. It's off to the side on the left. It says you can solve inequalities the same way you solve equations. Use inverse operations to get the variable by itself. Copy that into your math notebook. Today we'll be starting on page 171 in your record and practice journal. Activity 1, writing an inequality. In 3 years, your friend will still not be old enough to vote. Letter A, which of the following represents your friend's situation? What does X represent? Explain your reasoning. So we're going to do this together. So let's look at all of our different answer choices. So starting on the right, X plus 3, let's assume X is our friend's age. So X plus 3 is greater than or equal to 18. So if we take our friend's age, let's say our friend is 10 years old. So 10 plus 3 is greater than 18. Does that make sense? Probably not. So that would make our friend 13. 13 isn't greater than 18, and the voting age is 18. So if our friend is not old enough to vote, then we're looking at one of these where our friend is less than 18. So it's not going to be that one, and it's not going to be that one. So it's probably not going to be this one either, because if you are 18 years old, then you're old enough to vote. So this equal to on that would make that one not work. So this would be the correct one. X plus 3 is less than 18. So that works for ages like if I had an 11-year-old friend, my friend would be 11 plus 3. That would make my friend 14 years old in 3 years, and that would be less than 18. So my friend wouldn't be able to vote in 3 years. So let's answer the question. X equals my friend's age and we know that 18 is the voting age in the United States, so my friend's age plus 3 has to be less than 18, so that's what makes this work. So that's our explanation for our reasoning. I want you to write a sentence that explains that. I'm not going to write it for you, but you need to write a sentence. So sentence here. So letter B, it says graph the possible ages for your friend on the number line. So let's go ahead and put some numbers on our number line. I'm going to start with 21 way out here. And then I'm going to do number every 3. So that would be 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So we know that the voting age in the United States is 18, but this says that our friend is so much less than 18 that they still won't be allowed to vote even in 3 years. So 18 minus 3 is 15. So I'm going to circle the 15 spot on the number line, and I'm not going to color it in because if they were 15 right now, then in 3 years they would be 18. And this is a less than problem, not a less than or equal to. And our problem says that in 3 years they will not be old enough to vote. So I'm going to leave that an open circle, and I'm going to put everything to the left on my graph. So that means that 15 is not included in my solution, but everything to the left of 15 is. So that's what my graph should look like. Yours might be a little bit neater, I hope. Moving on to activity 2, it says baby manatees are about 4 feet long at birth. They grow to a maximum length of 13 feet. So they can be 13 feet, but not more than 13 feet. So it says, which of the following can represent a baby manatee's growth? What does X represent? And explain our reasoning. So they can be 13 feet, equal to 13 feet, and they can be no more than 13 feet. So that means less than or equal to 13 feet. So we have something that's less than or equal to right here, but we need to check out the rest of the inequality to make sure it makes sense. So we have X plus 4. So the 4 represents how long the manatee is when it's born, and the X would represent how much it grows during its first year. So how long it is when it starts plus how much it grows would be less than or equal to 13 feet. So that would be our equation. So that makes sense for us. So we would say that X is the manatee's growth. And now in letter B, we need to graph the solution on a number line and think about what we're going to graph. So again, we want to start by putting some numbers on our number line. We'll start with 17 down here, and then 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's think about our little manatees here. They start out at 4 feet long, and then they grow up to a maximum length of 13 feet. And so we're just graphing their growth. So we don't want to put a circle or a dot on the 13 on our number line. We want to put our dot on the 13 minus the 4 that they started at. So 13 minus 4 equals 9. So we're going to put our circle there and close it up because this is a less than or equal to, and then we're going to go to the left because that's the direction that our inequality sign is pointing, and then we've got our graph. There is no written assignment for this lesson. You must complete your exit slip in order to earn credit for doing it, so please be sure you go back to the website and get that taken care of. Please remember, to earn credit for viewing this flipped lesson, you must complete your exit slip, Come to our next class prepared with the journal pages or other work from the flipped lesson completed, and be prepared with any work that was assigned in the flipped lesson completed. Be prepared with any questions you have for the teacher, and always have a good attitude. We'll see you next time in class.